What's going on, y'all? It's March 20th, 2016. Project Inside Hope again. Coming to y'all to share some experience, strength, and help. Experience, strength, and hope. Sorry about that. Try to give y'all some hope out here, man, on the inside. We're going to normally do what we normally do is we're going to go around the room and introduce ourselves, let them know what's going on with our recovery, our sobriety date, and if we've ever been locked up, the same thing. And today we'll start to our left, and then we'll come to a topic. We still ain't come up with a topic. We're gonna see what happens, see what God gives us right before we get to the end of this half a circle. So we'll start to my left with Jonathan.
My name's Jonathan. I'm an addict.
Jonathan.
I got out of jail June 16th, 2015. My clean date is March 4th, 2016.
I'm Cody. I got out of jail almost a month ago, about a half a month ago. Got locked up again for using my prescription medication from a car accident, which I wasn't supposed to be using. So I've been clean for almost 30 days now, and jail sucks, but when you get out, recovered. Thanks.
I'm Lisa. I got locked up December 2nd, 2015. My sober date is December 2nd, 2015, and that's all I got.
My name is Devin. Sobriety date is November 10th, 2015. Been locked up east, west of Henrico and Richmond City.
My name's John. My clean date is January 6th. Been locked up everywhere: Chesterfield, Pamunkey, Henrico, east, west, north, south, and you name it, I've been there. Saluda. And I'm gonna pass it to my buddy right here.
My name's Brian. My clean date is March 10th, 2016, and I've been in Chesterfield, Richmond, and Henrico jails. I just got out the 7th of March.
My name is Floyd. Sobriety date is October 10th last year. I've been in and out of jail and prisons since I was 19. 37 now, so it's been in and out for a long time. That's all I got.
I'm Mike. My sobriety date is 1/16/16, and I came home October 15, 2015.
I'm Jeremy. I'm a recovering addict. My release date was May 26, 2014, or 2015, I'm sorry. And my clean date is October 16, 2014. It's almost been a year since I've been out now. I'm still clean, haven't used, and I'm grateful to be here, man.
Well, you've seen that everybody here has been locked up, been used, relapsed. We got some new people. That's always a good thing. Cricket and Ryan is out doing things to reach out to people right now, so they can't be here again. But they still love y'all. They asked me to run it again, so that's an honor. So yeah, we still got a few people. We just got a lot of people downstairs in the meeting and stuff like that. So we're trying to recruit some more people to come back, or at least attend us more often, so we can show y'all that the same people are still here, and this thing works. I had a few little different topics when they come in my head, and the only thing that keeps sticking in my head is God's will for my life. That's my main one, and what I really want to talk about is, what happened when you stepped out the will of God, and what God did to pull you back into His will. I know a lot of times with me, there's things in my life that I didn't face or deal with, and I kept going around them and stepping out the will of God. And once He pulled me back into will, because God usually moves His things around to bring you right back to, the things you need to deal with, and pull you out your own misery. So I don't know. I want to speak on what happened when we stepped out of the will of God? What happened when we took our will back? And then what was the good parts about when we finally surrendered ourselves again and allowed God to drive this thing, and we died to our flesh and allow God to do what God does? So we started with Jonathan, so because he was supposed to come over the top and he didn't, so this is his punishment. He's going to start first. I gave him like 30 minutes head start and he failed, so we're going to see where he's at. And Jonathan's a perfect example for this, as y'all know. So what's going on with you, Jonathan? Let us know a little bit of your testimony.
I ain't got nothing to say to this, man. My name is Jonathan. I'm an addict.
Jonathan.
God's will.
Keep coming back.
Where's God got you now? I mean, you are in the will of God because you're clean, you're sober, you're working, you're around a bunch of people that are in the same circumstance, going for the same goal, and that's to stay clean and sober, and to live a new way of life. So just, a lot of these people know that you relapsed a few weeks ago, and we can see it, and I'm pretty sure they can see the hurt that you had going on in you, the disappointment you had in yourself, letting yourself down and have to start over. And since then, stepping back in the rooms of recovery and allowing God to steer your life in the last few weeks, what do you see, man?
I mean, I'm paying attention to the smaller shit that I avoided the first time. I went back out because I forgot where I come from, forgot what I've been through. I know that sounds crazy, but I guess maybe I got way too far in my head. Maybe I don't know. But I know this time I'm taking more suggestions than I did. Listening to people with black tags. Got significant amount of clean time. I don't know. I gotta follow suit. There's a lot of people dying out there. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that.
Cool. Well, appreciate you, Jonathan. What you got, Cody?
I'm Cody.
Cody.
Man, where I'm at today, on the topic of free will, like every time I try and get my will back, at least, I always fall back into the same exact old habits that I had when I was in active addiction, which basically that consists of not caring about what I'm doing, doing my own thing every day, which is my will, getting high, doing whatever the hell I feel like doing, which that never works out for me for too long. I always end up getting locked up, always end up running out of money, always end up losing friends. I never end up really getting anywhere. It's basically a big fucking hamster wheel, excuse my language. So for me at least, just giving, just keeping myself going on a daily basis, every day, and trying to take it to the next step and the next level, and just keep it moving, man, and keep chasing recovery. And that's what I do to help me stay on track, because if I don't, I'm gonna end up right back in the same old patterns. They call it, I don't know, I've heard a black key tiger say you could either eat the shit sandwich or you can get the cake. and like active addiction for me at least, just bullshitting around is it's a shit sandwich. So, where I'm at right now is just basically just keep it moving, keep chasing recovery. Thanks for letting me share.
So let me ask you, Cody, where were you last weekend during this meeting?
Last weekend I was out of town with Cricket, and we went out, do a little bit of work, and then we went down to the beach and hung out on the beach and had a little bonfire outside, met some new people, and had a great weekend. Got away for a little bit, kind of cleared my head up, and reorganized my thoughts and where I'm at today in recovery.
Felt good to get out and go to the beach and be sober and actually have fun without
Definitely.
getting messed up or drinking or getting high, and actually remember it,
Right.
you know, and give back a little bit. You know,
Definitely, man.
instead of the self-will run riot, you know what I mean? We're out there, you know, staying in the grips of, as I say, the eye of the storm.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're calm and staying with people in recovery and stuff like that. And to me, that's being in the will of God or in your higher power's grip, is being around them people, and you get to have that fun and go out and, you know, enjoy life.
Right.
Get to cook out, bonfire, go to the beach. You know what I mean? So that's cool, man.
Yeah, right. It's definitely an experience being clean for me, because for me at least, I know I've never been to a bonfire sober. You know, I've never been to the beach sober. I've never done that stuff sober before. So, and it's pretty cool. I don't know. It's weird, but it's cool. You know, it's definitely an experience, and it's very healthy.
Sweet. So those are the blessings of doing the next right thing, man.
Right.
Staying in with God's will, man. You got anything for us, girl? Or you gonna pass it down?
Well, no, now that he said that,
Cool.
and I'm Lisa, and you know, recovery is supposed to be fun, but I mean, like, it's really hard this time around for me because, like, I don't have any way to get off the property. I feel like I never get off the property. Today was the first day I've gotten off in 50 days, and that was just to go shopping, which I couldn't do because I don't know how to do that, so we both left the store empty-handed. But, like, I don't know, it's just hard because, like, I never get out because people in the recovery organization are like, oh, well, if you don't have ID, then there's no point in you going out because you can't find a job and you can't do this and you can't do that. And I'm just like, oh, it's kind of depressing sometimes. But other than that, I'm having a good day. I had a good week. I have good friends here. I'm grateful for all that. I look at my gratitude list and I'm just grateful to be out.
It's awesome.
For real. Thank you.
No problem. My name's Devin. I'm an addict.
Devin.
Once you step out of the will of God, you know, if you don't humble yourself with this disease of addiction, man, God does. And I always said that the Gotcha magazine was the humbling experience. You know, I was always like, that's not going to be me. And I always seen people that I knew in there, and I was like, you know, if you don't humble yourself to this disease and to your flesh, and you know, God's going to do it. He put your face all the way across Richmond and Virginia and Henrico, and I think that's a messed up piece for me. And I got into it, so you know, I guess I was not in the eye of the storm. But in my life, just doing the next right thing and having the right heart condition and staying in recovery and being around the right people and actually made a conscious decision not to be somewhere that I think that's going to hinder my recovery. Those are the things that to me is being in the will of God and not letting my self will run riot. Because every time I want to do something, or I do want to do it my way, it normally, and I'm not patient, it normally turns out worse than what I wanted. So if I'm just patient, pray and reach out to people around me and just wait, everything falls into place. Just for example, ever since I've been out, like everybody, I was told I had to get a sponsor. I had to rush to do this and rush and do that, and I was like, no, I'm gonna be patient with it, and I was, and I got the best sponsor in the world. He's got 25 years clean, and and then everybody said, well, you need to get start working again, and money's never been an issue for me, but I definitely want to stay busy. But I got out there and started working, and one job led to another job, and then led to another person, and that was because I put myself around people in recovery. I didn't go straight out to I guess you say the world, and kept myself around that till I got myself on a good solid foundation before I just come straight out of jail hitting the streets, because I had to get some things under my belt and figure out what's going on with me and keep myself safe around people in recovery for a little while before I could take the strings off my wings so I can fly, which is ultimately going great for me. And so many things are happening in my life just because of I'm humble myself, and I stopped trying to drive this. I'm just patient. I stay prayed up. I stay in recovery, make meetings, do the next right thing, love people with the right heart condition, don't judge, and just kill people with kindness, man. And then that's God working through me, man. And years ago it would never happen. So it's definitely done a lot for me. I come up here every Sunday to speak to y'all guys and the people that watch, because I've been in that situation, and I always prayed, man. I need something while I'm locked up. I need somebody from the outside looking in, and I never got that. It was always just a guy that just came in from booking to tell me how screwed up it is out there for real, and and tell me that everything's still the same. Nothing good was coming in. So that's me doing my part. At least giving back a little bit, and you get everything in tenfold. Who knows what my blessings will be from this, and really I pray that it's y'all watching that gets to get out here and live a new way of life, man. But just stay in the will, guys. Stay in the eye of the storm. Keep yourself around the right people for me, and life gets better. So that's all I got.
I'm John.
John.
Good topic. One time before I got myself here, I didn't think it was a God, and I thought he turned his back on me, but I turned my back on him. Was all that was. And I got into the program on a scholarship. Very fortunate, because I called so many places. Everybody wanted all this money and everything, and I just couldn't do it. And I kept calling this place, Machin, and bugging them. They said, well, we got a couple guys in front of you in line already, but you can call back and try. Got out of detox and called. I was going to go home and use. Already had it all lined up. And something told me to call Machin one more time after getting put off for 3 days. I called him. He said, be up here in an hour. I came up in here, and he looked at me, and I broke down, and crying, and told me I needed help. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And the guy said, can you handle young bucks? I said, yeah, I can handle them. And he said, well, get your ass in that group. I said, yes, sir. I've been here ever since like the 10th of January, something like that, 12th. And God has shown me the way to go. All I gotta do is keep going that way, and don't let this guy on my shoulder sometimes lead me into the wrong direction, because I'm good at that. not this time around. I said I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was just telling them earlier when we left Wawa, I told another guy, I said, man, you know what, it's Sunday, and I got money. Usually I'm broke on Sunday. It's nice, you know, not to worry about if you got gas or cigarettes for the week or whatever. I mean, I can go shopping if I want to. I'm not. I'm trying to save some money. All that money I spend, I'm trying to save some. And life is so much better. Went and seen a good ass movie the other night. This guy right here, London Falls, that was killer. I wouldn't have did that if I was out there using. Like, I wouldn't even thought about a movie. And if you believe in God, he'll lead you in the right direction, into fun. You see, I couldn't have did this without him. You know, God shows me the way, and all I gotta do is follow that way, and I'll be good. That's about all I got.
So the patience of keep calling and diligent, keep seeking, and was there a time and point where you just reached out? You said you didn't believe in the higher power or God, and is there a time where you were like, help me? And
Well, no, because I was still detoxing, but I called, and I thought it was luck that I got in here. And then my parents like, son, ain't luck is God helping you. And I said, no, he turned his back on me. My mom, she's running God. She said, no, sir, you turned your back on him. And believe that. We brought you up the right way, and you've been going the wrong way. So you need to start reaching out to your higher power, and he'll help you. And he has helped me. Every time I pray on something, it seems like it comes true. I trying to pray on that $5 ticket I bought the other night. I lost anyway.
you can't get everything.
You can't pray about money with God, you know. Unless it's honest money, you know, you can pray about, but you can't pray about winning the lottery.
He'll give it to you when he sees it fit. And
Yeah, you know.
I've always said people always want to win the lottery and stuff, and 90% of them are broke in 5 years. Or dead because of a drug or alcohol overdose, or suicide because their whole family's left them, or or turned their backs on them when the money ran out. So that's where money's the root of all evil. So that's a whole other topic in itself.
Yeah, I was planning, they say don't buy lottery tickets, and I was buying like a $10 ticket a week. I almost bought a $10 ticket last month, but they were out of them. The one I wanted, so I bought a $5 ticket.
There's a reason for that $10 ticket was out.
It's probably a winner.
There you go.
Yeah. Cool, man. We appreciate you sharing, man. That's cool. Guys got right where you need. You've been a big help here at McShin from what I know. You've done a lot around here. I've seen you when I was locked up, and I've seen you here with us. And he's been up here every single week. Yeah, we're at this Project Inside Hope, but they say he's around here all the time. I'm not around here. I'm with another foundation, but I do enjoy the company.
You gotta do it right this time, man. Tired of doing it wrong.
Yeah.
20 years. Wrong.
20 years of using, man, and how old are you now?
41, almost 42.
Yeah.
Been using since I was 16.
So,
Heavily on coke for over 20 years. And then I got introduced to speedball. And that's the H and the C just don't mix too well.
so God went you through all that and kept you in the grips to get you where you're at now, and kept you alive so you can help
Yeah.
these young bucks and help some people around here, man. And you drive and stuff, so I'm sure you take people to meetings and
Oh yeah.
and do service work. So, there's a reason why you're here. There's a reason why, you kept calling this place, and
There's a guy in here right now in the program that reminds me of me, and I keep trying to stay on his ass, but I don't know if it works or not.
did it work for you?
A guy right there.
Did it work for you when you was growing up? Somebody standing on your ass telling you what you were
Hell
doing?
no, but I wasn't sober either.
Yeah. Well,
It just reminds me of me, and I try to just, I don't know, I
Yeah, worry about the
I
effort.
think I'm making them tougher, maybe.
Yeah, well, either way. So yeah, just worry about the effort, man. The outcome's up to that person and God. You know what I mean? There's no way to beat yourself up when somebody does something they ain't supposed to, as long as you worry about the effort and have the right heart condition about it. And you know, whatever that person's gonna do, they're gonna do it. So, but at least you tried.
That's
You know, it
right.
just shows where your
I'm
heart's
still
at.
trying. I ain't give up yet.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna give up on
That's
him.
right. That's right.
Till he gives up on himself, then I can't do no more.
Well, I appreciate it. What you got, man?
I'm Brian, addict.
Brian.
Was in jail, and I kept telling my family, you know, this is not what God had planned for me. This is not what God had planned for me. And I've been in trouble several times before, and they fought and fought and fought to do whatever they could to try to get me out of jail, because I knew and they knew it just wasn't meant to be. And after lawyers and money and staying in jail, and they finally said, you got one option, and that's the recovery. And that's the only way we're gonna get you out of jail. And as anybody was, the first thing is, no, I don't wanna do that, but only being here for 2 weeks, I feel like this was God's intention for me to come in a place like this and get myself straight for my family, get myself straight for myself. But, it's a lot of people that give you the title as the newcomer and all of this, and, but they honestly accepted me with open arms, and, I haven't had any problems. I'm happy where I am right now, and that's about it.
That's good, man. So they didn't give up on you. They're just trying to find the right thing. And then, is there anything you've learned since you've been here? You know?
I've learned, a lot of different things, I was always right, I know that that's wrong now, most everything was wrong that I was thinking about, just in that mentality, that train of thought, it just, was my way or the highway, and, I'm starting to realize now that, there's other people, with every action I do, there's other people to consider.
Yeah.
That it's going to affect that person, my son, my family, anything like that. So I try to, practice thinking about what's going to happen with each outcome as I progress.
That's good, man. I'm glad you're here, man. It sounds like everything's starting to come together. Look healthy. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you look a lot worse
Yeah,
before.
I had done nothing but eat since I've been here.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And just everybody's is welcoming you with open arms and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's something that no matter what your God is or who your God is, that doesn't matter as long as you believe in something higher than yourself. And there's no judgment here. When we say God, we're just speaking on something more power than us, above us, greater than us. And me, and from what I see just so far, I was going to speak at this end, but so far it's just God don't come down on a carpet or opens the skies and stuff. He comes through people, man, and that's always been my experience in life. Is it's the people that He sends. He pierces their heart, and they send them to you, or you run into them. So every person that's ever been in my life, I always get in my head. I always rewind back to thinking of why that person was there, what I was supposed to learn from them, what I was supposed to see in them, or was I supposed to say something, So I never try to turn away anything, I always try to sometimes just sit down and listen to somebody or take some suggestions and stuff like that. And it seems like that's kind of what you did, was like, look, you got one more chance, and that's you gotta stop trying to take your will back, surrender, stop thinking you know it all, and try something different. Because it seems that your way got you locked up and almost didn't get you out.
Yeah, well,
So-
I've never, several people have been through it before, the relapse. This is my first time going through it, so,
Okay.
I'm learning the basic steps, the things that people here already know that some people would think that I should already know, but so, I try to follow suit as much as I can.
Yeah.
But I'm learning in the process. So.
That's good. It's the little things, man. I've always said you can't be trusted with the big things if you can't even take care of the little things. That's taking a shower, cleaning up after yourself, you know, those are the little teeny things to be grateful and to keep up with. And we want to go straight from, you know, a week clean and we got to get our whole life back. When we just had our whole life, but we screwed it up, and there's something we're missing, so we got to build ourselves up, man. So that's good. I'm glad you're here, man.
Thank you.
Keep coming back to this meeting.
Oh, I will.
It gets bigger, it gets smaller. It's Lexus. We just got a lot of different people, but our main goal is to reach out to the men and women that are watching this, to give them, you know, experience, strength, and hope. Let them know that this thing does work. We are real people. We do go through things. We do come out of jail. We do relapse, and it's okay. You know, the thing is to just keep coming back, and I pray that God doesn't get tired of any of us or y'all and just take you home early, because I think that's the worst thing that could happen. But the best thing is happening. You can live, get your family back, you can get your car back, just like old country song. You take a country song, play it backwards, you get it all back. So, yep, get everything back. So, that's cool, man. So what you got over there, bud?
I mean, God's will for me, I've been pretty fortunate since I was young, to have some knowledge of God, I guess. My thing is, God has put everything in my life that I've needed, and my will is that I didn't pay attention. And 9 times out of 10, you know, it's going to be people that, to me, He's working through and what I need to hear at the time, obstacles that I need to figure out for my life and make things better. And when I'm, you know, using, drunk, whatever, I don't see any of them little things. I'm too busy worrying about me. And, you know, I run riot, man. And my will has caused me to be locked up a million times, go through a bunch of shit. And I know that God definitely doesn't want that for me. He wants best for His children. And, because I definitely wouldn't. I got twin boys, and I definitely wouldn't want them going through any of that shit. And I know God loves me like that or more or whatever. That's just kind of the way I look at things. I'm a hard-headed person. I gotta learn shit on my own. And being cleaned up this time, what I've done is I've let people in to the shit I got going on, whether it's small or big, because a lot of times it's the small shit that eats at me and I end up using over. So what I do now is I let people in, and there's certain people that I talk to, and 9 times out of 10, man, I don't even want to hear what they got to say, but I listen to it, and then it might be a day later, 2 days later, you know, I come around. And it's that perspective of somebody else being able to give me some, you know, some shoes on the other foot type shit that I don't see at the time, you know, but they can tell me that, and I can think on it for a few days. And to me, that's like basically like God's will. That's the shit I need to hear, whether I don't want to hear it or not. And then I come around, and then things work out. You know, if it was up to me, I want to manhandle shit, do it my way, and next thing you know, I'm in jail. So that's just kind of the way I look at things now, and because if it weren't, because I'm definitely an isolator, man. I'm a type of addict where, you know, I isolate. If I didn't really need anything from you, I didn't have to conversate with you at all. And I had a big problem, and probably still do, quite a bit of judging people. I don't know where a lot of that shit comes from, but, you know, I want to judge real quick and put myself in a different category, and it's fucked me up. So I try to relate to people now instead of not relating to them. And, you know, I think that's what's kind of gotten me through this time, man. It's almost been 6 months, and for me, 2 days is fucking great, much less 6 months. And things are great, man, right now. Like, I just seen my kids, yesterday. So that's fucking going great. It should be here soon where I can go through the court process and start that whole deal of getting my kids back. Man, there's nothing, I would have never thought about being a dad whatsoever, and it's probably one of the greatest feelings in the world, man. That love is, it's undescribable to me. But things are great, man. Work, you know, I've always been kind of a working person, but now I can like make money and actually do some positive stuff with it, give back. And one of the main things for me, man, is the root of my disease is fucking me. And the more that I kind of try to help somebody else out, talk to them, you know, whether it's just listening to them, if they want some advice, suggestion, it helps me, man. It gets me out of me. Because for a long time, that's all I thought about was me. Fuck everybody else. And that shit ain't got me nowhere. So when I think of self-will and God's will, that's how I look at it. And if I just let it be, don't take no control, try to see the little small things that people are showing me, that's God doing for me what I can't do for myself, and just let it be and things are going to be okay. Just don't manhandle shit, man. You know? And right now I'm sitting here cleaning this over today, and it's a fucking great day. Definitely not lie. I was just talking to my brother yesterday. I was like, man, it's fucking nice not to have the police on my back, man.
That's true.
You know, I ain't got to worry about getting stopped, giving them my ID. None of that shit, man. It's been a long time since I have felt that ease. So that's just kind of where I'm at. I mean, every day ain't fucking great, that's for sure. But I tell you what, it's a whole lot better than it was. So let's just, you know, I keep people that can give me some real shit, man. I don't need fake people around me to co-sign my shit. Get some real people around me that'll tell me, dude, you're being an asshole, or you're looking at that shit all wrong. And, you know, listen to them. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, you said it right towards the end because I was thinking, you said it was a more me thing. And to get out of yourself, because I was just thinking when right when you first started, you said it was a me thing, and you couldn't see what God put in your life, and basically being selfish, being a selfish type of person, self-centered. And we're self-centered. We're just in this little box of ours that we want things the way we want it, when we want it, how we want it, and not seeing the good stuff around it. And you ultimately can see that once he's clean, you can see he's good to see his kids. He has this bond as being a father, and that's just an awesome thing. And all that's because you're being out of yourself. You're not trying to do what you want to do, and that's awesome, dude. And I think that's most addicts. We're selfish people. We want us when we want it, me.
Well, I started thinking about that too one time where I got caught up in a sting, and I got tore off, right? And when I talked to it's just some things in my life I remember for some reason, and I don't remember other shit. But he was like, when I talked to my boss after I basically, I guess, got in there, I think I remember trying to call him or something, and he was like, dude, this shit just don't affect you, man. I wanted to say, me, I'm locked up, I gotta do this shit, I gotta, And I was like, dude, that shit just don't affect you, man. I'm relying on you to be here for work, and now that this shit happens, now I got a bunch of shit to deal with. It's a chain reaction, man.
It is.
Once something happens to me, then that shit happens to that person. They got other shit going on, and next thing you know, it's a big clusterfuck. Yeah, so, little shit like that's always stuck with me, man. That's the kind of shit that I try to remember when, I think about doing something fucking retarded. And I know another little simple thing I heard lately, too, is when I think about relapsing, or the thought pops up, it's just a thought, man. And I've learned things to do with that thought. Instead of obsessing about it and getting compulsive and doing it, it's a thought. I do some other things that I've been taught, and the fucking thought goes away. And it don't last long. So that kind of gets me by, man, from day to day. And it's simple.
You're caught up in the moment,
Yeah.
you know?
And I'll obsess
There you
about
go.
that shit for weeks.
Oh, yeah.
If I just let it sit there and put it somewhere in the back of my head and don't do nothing about it, as small as it might be, it gets huge.
Into obsession.
Yeah. Straight up.
What you got, bro?
Mike,
Mike.
let's see, I'll try not to talk too long about it, but, you know, spirituality is a huge thing for me in my recovery, and it's most definitely essential to it as well. Like, if I didn't have that, I probably wouldn't be clean today. I know I wouldn't. Let's see. I had went to private school my whole life and was really religious, and then, like, as soon as I graduated high school, I had a problem with the church. You know, they had disapproved of some of the things that I did, so they, like, shunned me away. So it, like, really put a bad perspective on how I perceived God, and, like, it affected me for the next 10 years over my addiction. Because, I don't know about anybody else, but when I'm using, I have no relationship with my higher power whatsoever. And, you know, since then, my idea of God has been evolving, and, you know, I'm not exactly sure exactly where it's going, but I do know that my higher power shows himself through all of you guys, you know, and, you know, and other things that I do as well, my family and friends. But let's see. Doing God's will for me, you know, for real, just like you were saying, it's all about doing the next right thing. And, you know, even when we get discouraged about those things, we just got to keep doing it and just knowing that, you know, our higher power is going to be there to help us, because if we don't, you know, we're just going to fall back into those same things. And also, going with God's will, let me see. When we're doing all these things, and you know, something bad does happen, you know, sometimes that's the only time that we rely on our higher power, you know, but we need to be doing it all the time, and, you know, not just in times of needs, like with the foxhole prayers or whatever the situation may be, because I don't know, my higher power is very jealous, you know, and he wants me all the time, and, you know, I need to work on that relationship all the time. But, you know, since I've been clean, you know, I have such a strong relationship with him, and, you know, we talk on a daily basis, and, you know, it's all a bit part of meditation for me, and, you know, I don't know, I just need that time. Like, if I didn't have that time, I don't know where I would be, and, you know, it helps keep me sane for real. But, you know, I'm a very religious person, but at the same time, I'm a very spiritual person, and both of them really have nothing to do with one another. So it's, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I hope that was all right.
So, basically, you're just doing the next right thing. You know, you're changing your heart condition, the way you think, so the stinking thinking. You try to, you know, help others, and definitely try to build that relationship with your higher power. So, is praying and you pray for others? I mean, I know for me that's my main thing, because I know right where I'm at now, God has me where He wants me. So there's not really much I need to pray for. You know what I mean? He has me where He wants me. So I mean, just from me to you, you know what I mean? Sounds like we're kind of on the same level. Do you pray for a lot of other people?
Yeah, because, you know, like, he shows himself through everybody in here.
Yeah.
So if I didn't have these people, you know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have that relationship that I do have.
Definitely.
You know.
Yeah, that's awesome, and yeah, you can get the spirituality and the religion thing could be two different things, but the ultimate thing is to stay clean and change your heart condition, and that's the biggest. That's always been for me is the heart condition, man. Like I always want to turn to violence, or you know what I mean, or something crazy, and I'm like, why do I do that? It's not even that big of a deal, like, you know what I mean? But I just try to. Those are the times I do pray for myself. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, why do I get so angry? You know what I mean? And that's just knowing that the drugs ain't the only thing. The problems is, you know what I mean. That was just something I coped with or used to cope with the things that were going on with me. So, yeah, I'm always praying for myself with dealing with situations on that part, but always praying for others, man, because other people are always going through something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we're like he was saying, we're selfish people. So I've always been like, why me? You know what I mean? And I remember one time a very godly man told me, so why not you? You know, or you know, there's people that come to me all the time that or lash out at me, and I'm like, what the hell did I do? You know what I mean? And I realized that my higher power, which I call God, is he put me in that person's path because he knew that I was just going to let it hit me and bounce off. I wasn't going to take it to heart, or I wasn't going to pull it in. You know what I mean? So that by itself of being in God's will and being spiritual, my mind and my heart being spiritual enough to see that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And those are those little things. That's God. That's the revelations to me. You know what I mean? That's God showing himself through me and seeing, maybe, man, you got some stuff going on with some people. I'm not the only one going on with some, you know, things in my life. And that's good, man. That's always, that's just the way I was taught. You know what I mean? And really, at first I didn't believe it. And, you know, this is something you just got to do, you know, and it's hard. You know, it definitely is. Like he was saying, he didn't believe in anything, man. But he believes in something because he knows that it got him where he's at today, you know. And he's not sick. He's not dope sick. He's on Sunday. He's got a pocket full of money. He's driving. Maybe not pocket full, probably a few dollars, but you know what I mean. But he's doing good, and I'm pretty sure there was some foxhole prayers in there somewhere, you know. And I think with the whole being blessed and stuff, it's because you don't do them foxhole prayers, and you gain that relationship with your higher power. You know what I mean? And that's something you have to do on your own. You know what I mean? There's nothing he can't ride my God, and I can't ride his. He has to build that own relationship with his higher power, and that's just, it's a hard piece, you know, because the society is let us grown up, and our families, you know, and Blair different ways. We don't know what to believe, and you know, the biggest thing is just find out what's something that works for you. You know what I mean? Find that spirit or that higher power or that God that works for you, that helps you keep clean, that you can see, you know. And like you said, we see it through our people. You know, they always say wait 5 minutes for the miracle. I ain't got to. I just look around. You know what I mean? We're all miracles in here. You got the men and women that are watching, you are miracles. Like, you know, it's the little stuff. That's what comes all the way down trickles down to the little things of seeing, not even just the material little things, but the little thought process and the little revelations that we see around us. You know, we all of us here got all our feet and our toes and our fingers. We're all seeing. We can speak. We can talk. You know, we're clean today. Those are those little things that's how God reveals himself to me through. You know what I mean? And that's through his people and his children. And that's something that if you haven't done, try it. If it don't work, try something else. But from what I see so far in this group, that everybody has some type of conscience, spiritual connection with their higher power, God, you know, who they may choose to call, whatever, as long as it works. And yeah, that's I don't know, it's just something you got to do for yourself. Just for example, we'll get to Jeremy. We've got to drag this time out a little bit just because we started a little late. But I'm going to just... My girlfriend is 6 months pregnant, and she used last Sunday. And everybody was worried about me because she used. And I was like... And the first thing I did when I seen that number come up on my phone, and I walked away from everybody I was around, and I started praying. I said, God, I knew exactly I already knew it. Like, I had the feeling. As soon as I seen the number come up, I knew it was Friday, and it was going down. And I already knew. And the first thing I did was start praying. I said, God, what can I do to help her? What can I do to do this thing? And ultimately, it all worked out. You know, I got to cope with her, and she's got resentments, and, you know, I could have lashed out and said this, that, and the third, but I wasn't mad at her. I was disappointed. I was mad at the disease. You know what I mean? And God just kept touching my heart. It was like, keep loving her, keep telling her, because I was at a point like that. And yeah, my disease, which I choose to call Satan, because he kept telling me, you know, you need to tell her what she did was wrong. And saying it ain't for me to tell her that she's wrong. She knows she did wrong. She's in jail. You know what I mean? And then that following night, I got drug tested because of what was going on with her. I got drug tested because they were worried about me. And I looked right at him and I said, yes, I'll take a drug test, and it's going to be burnout marks all the way across. 2 posi tractions all the way across the thing, and it was. And I sat and told our house manager, I said, me getting high is not going to do anything for my whole situation. I said, God's got it in his hands. He's got her where she needs to be because there's something I couldn't do or we couldn't do for her. So God's doing it for her, and he set her down. And for our son, he's okay. You know what I mean? If I would have got high and it messed up all my relationships or messed up my sobriety date, and it would have never done anything, because just a couple of days later, they told her they're going to send her to a place where pregnant women that's relapsed are going to be, and she's going to have all expenses paid, and she gets to be around other people just like her. And if I would have used, because I was caught up in the moment, and then stepped out of God's will and took my will back, I would have made a bigger even disaster that we always do. You know what I mean? And it's a ripple effect. So you can't get caught up in the moment. You know, you got to reach out to your higher power, the people around you, which God places in your life for a reason. The things we go through are to get us prepared for the next thing. You know what I mean? The trials and tribulations, the heartache, the stuff we go through is actually to get us straight, to get us to where we need to go. So if I would have took my will back, got high, I would have screwed everything up. My probation officer would have found out, because my house manager would have had to call her, and then next thing you know, I'd be right back in there with her. And then what could I have done? Now I'm really done screwed up, and then I've been trying to give me some foxhole prayers in there. I won't do it again, won't do that. And the reason why I didn't use, because I have a relationship with my higher power, because I put myself around people in the rooms of recovery, and I went straight to a meeting within an hour after. I kept myself around it, and even though it hurt, I felt this piece of emptiness in me, because I told her, I said, you're the second one in my life that has chosen heroin over our relationship or over your child. And it was a very hurtful thing that was going on, but I didn't get caught up in the moment. I didn't do no stinking thinking. I just did the next right thing, and it ultimately come out good. And she's okay, the baby's okay, and God's got his hand on this whole situation. So just to put that out there, that you don't have to use no matter what. There's no reason in this world that can take me out of this moment and this peace and this love that I have for myself to go get high. The misery's out there. There's nobody's coming back in these rooms talking about, hey guys, come on, it's getting good out here. Come on. No, they're coming in here sick and suffering, hurting more. Some of them not even making it back. And that's what I'm thankful. I'm very grateful that God's had his hand on me, and I've been through some stuff. So that's I don't know, God does things in our lives. The trials and tribulations that we go through is to get us ready for the next thing, and it's not even for us. It's for us to sit here and to speak to y'all and share the experience, strength, and hope that we did and got through it to get to you. So that's people always say, why'd I go through this? I said, what you go through isn't for you. Mm-hmm. It's for us to share it to somebody else, to let them know, hey, I got through it. This is what I did, and this is how I did it, and this is where I'm at now. And that's what we're doing with y'all, man. And that's God working through my life to work through our lives, to work through y'all's lives, to come back out, to come in here to be able to do the same thing. It's a recycling thing. So I just had to share that real quick because, it was on my heart, and I got, I was like fourth in line. And I had time to think. But what you got for us, Jeremy?
All right, man. I'm Jeremy. God's will, to be honest, I don't know what God's will is, man. I my perception on, I don't even know. I don't know what God is. It's not in my experience. I could believe there is, and I could assume there is, but just me believing it doesn't get me any close to reality. I don't know. I know when you do what you do, you get what you get. So if I choose to go out there to use, 1, 2, 3 times, like I know the consequences that happen. Like the God thing's kind of touchy for me. I don't know if there's this grand design plan, guy upstairs who's directing traffic. I don't know. It's not in my experience. So for me to talk like I know that there is a God and God has this plan, like I know that, like I'd be lying to you because I don't know. Like I believe in karma. Like when you do what you do, you get what you get. For every action, there's a consequence. And when I was out there getting high using, like that had consequences, negative consequences. Like today, I do good, positive things, so I get positive consequences. Like, I'm going on 18 months clean. Like I got out of jail, I went to a recovery house. Like I'm doing the right thing, so the right shit's happening. But like, don't get it fucked up. Like I got a little bit of clean time, but like some days I want to fucking get high. I still do that shit. Doesn't go away. I just learned some things through a program, some tools, to kind of prevent that from happening. But like a couple days ago, I wanted to fucking get high so bad. Like I just got off papers. I moved out of recovery house. I got my own apartment. I'm doing good in school. My life is good. And my brain was like I don't know, like go on, try one, fuck it, And like this disease I got, like could just say fuck it and do away with everything, like all the relationships, like fuck it, I don't give a fuck about, like all this material shit, fuck it, it's just material shit, like it's just a general negative outlook. And thank God, like I called some people, they came and got me, and the feeling passed and shit, So I've definitely learned some things through this program. But at that time, like I wanted to use, man. Like I wanted to fucking use. So like I know what not to do today, Like it doesn't mean that I always do the right thing or anything like that, but I'm better than I was. And when I was in active addiction, from where I'm at today, my perception is a lot different. So when you do what you do, you get what you get. That's what I got.
Well, that's all. I'm glad Jeremy brought that up, and he has a different outlook on that because he's completely right. Not everyone believes and don't know, but from I get out with Jeremy speaking, and he knows if he does bad, he gets bad results. If he does good, he gets good results, and that's more of a I guess you could say a self-spiritual thing. You know what I mean? This is something I know if I screw up, I'm gonna get some bad things. I know if I lie, the lie's gonna get bigger and it's gonna get worse, and I'm gonna get back to where I was. So that's a great mix-up. You know what I mean? If you're not there, it's fine. It's okay. But as long as you don't use, and as long as you don't, go out here and do the same old stuff that you were doing before to get you where you're at. And no matter who you are or what you're going through, we're going to struggle with this thing, man. We're not recovered addicts, we're recovering addicts. This thing doesn't end off, a few weeks, 18 months, 10 years. This is a daily battle. But it's up to us to make that phone call. It's up to us to, like Jeremy said, replay that tape back a little bit. Like, look, you know what I mean? This is what's going to happen. And at the same time, when he did, his disease was like, who cares about the relationships? Who cares about the stuff I got? And but because he works a program and he's in the rooms of recovery and he has that conscious decision to make, he's here with us to share with y'all and share with us. And that's just by itself is a miracle in my eyes. That everybody has different outlooks on things. Everybody has different experiences. Some of us ain't where others are. So it's not for us to judge or point fingers or he's not right or I'm wrong or whatever the case may be. As long as we're all going towards the same goal, is to live a new way of life, to stay clean, to help others, to have somewhat purpose here on earth, and to give back, man. So I think we all do pretty good, off winging it. Jonathan dropped the ball That's what he does. But we love Jonathan. So. But anyways, just check us out. 2300 Dunbar Road, Rico, Virginia 23228. Hatcher Memorial Church. Every Sunday upstairs, Project Inside Hope. We love y'all. We're always trying to bring some more people up here, trying to give y'all some strength. So when y'all step out them doors and that locked door shuts behind you, that you know there's a place to go. And if it's not here, it's somewhere else that has recovery that's going to help you live this life, to get your kids back, get your family back. But it all don't come at one time. It's all in God's time. It's all in your higher power's time. It's all in the program's time. As long as you work the steps, keep doing what you're supposed to do, and do the next right thing. So I think we do pretty good, y'all. So just do what we do, circle up.
All right.
Ready to take us out, Jonathan. God.
God, grant us serenity to accept the things we cannot change, courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for the day, keep coming back. It works if you work it, you die if you don't. So work it, you live.
Project Inside Hope.
You use